one, and we have a picture-perfect day for football at Lumen Field in Seattle. Today it's week 3, and we've got a good one in store, as it'll be the New Orleans Saints taking on the Seattle Seahawks. On the Saints sideline, head coach Kellen Moore. His guys fell short last week after a victory in the opener. On the other side for the Seahawks, it's Mike McDonald. His guys came up short on the road last week. Now they're trying to turn things around in front of the home crowd here. Two 1-1 teams here, each looking to move over 500, and we're underway here in week 3. Oh, look at the juke. And he won't quite make it to the 25. So out come the Seahawks now for their first possession. Commanding the offense will be the highly touted USC product, Sam Darnold.
Would you say that last week's performance by him, workmanlike in terms of numbers? 1 touchdown, 1 pick, but obviously a loss. Yeah, that's the bottom line for him. All he cares about is how do we find a way to win the game. Maybe leans on a few other parts of the offense, and hopefully springs a receiver or two free.
And he's upended at the 33, following a good pickup of 8. Hang on now, we're going to pause here. We've got an injured player. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. Second down and a little more than a yard here. They'll run. It's Kenneth Walker. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. The numbers for Walker from last week's effort, pretty good as he found himself in the end zone on 2 separate occasions.
And those are the most important numbers, because no matter what you pile up prior to the goal line, getting in is all that matters. Putting those numbers up on the board, and they love them when they're 6s.
Back to Walker on first down. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets him back now for second down.
Oftentimes when you see a running back get bunched up in the backfield, it's usually because the defensive tackle is eating up blockers for others to make the play. Not in this case.
That ball caught by the former Toledo Rocket, Deontay Johnson. Pitch and catch there good for 13. And that's going to make it third down and less than a yard.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route, and what you have to do on that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
He is going nowhere as he is enveloped behind the line.
Well, that play seemed well scouted defensively. They collapsed everything inside, nowhere to go on the quarterback sneak. Now he's going to bring up 4th down.
On 4th down, ready to punt, Michael Dixon. They punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback. And here come the Saints for their opening drive. They'll be led out by their rookie quarterback, the young man out of Louisville.
And a good start out of the gate. 2 games played, teams at 1-1, and he's played about as well as you expect a rookie quarterback to play. But what's been emphasized on the team and by the head coach, everyone else, raise your level around him and help this young man along.
The first carry, and right away he lost the football.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home, the next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. To throw now, Shuck. And that one going to come up short. Low throw. Chris Olave, the intended receiver. And it's third down. We take a peek at the list of inactives for this week's game, and Gosh, this early in the season, Charles, injuries already accumulating for this squad.
You got to wonder, in this organization, are they just saying to themselves, well, hopefully we're just getting them out of the way early so we can make a late-season push when we have everyone back? It certainly feels that way, the number of injuries they've had already.
Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. It's just a 30-yard punt that time, no return. And the Seahawks will have great field position to start this drive. They take over on the short side of the field. Now off the bootleg, Darnold. Open man right side is caught, complete. Touchdown, Seattle. Cooper Kupp with career touchdown number 60. And the Seahawks are on the board first here this afternoon. Extra point up and through by Myers. And it's now a 7-0 game. The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. New Orleans Saints, they get ready to set up shop for their second drive. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
Well, here's a fake on a jet sweep, and they'll look to throw it off play action. And that's to the left sideline and incomplete. The Saints are 1-1 through 2 games thus far. It's not a start that's going to set the world on fire, but they've been pretty solid nonetheless.
And the first thing that crosses my mind, it certainly beats the alternative of starting 0-2. I do think that this is a team that's going to take a little time to find its footing. Hard to navigate the always tough NFL. Operating from the gun, here's Shuck. There's a short one to the tight end, Johnson. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. His first catch of the game, good for 11 and a first down. Toss wide side, this is Kamara. And he's taken down at the 50 after a short gain of 2. He was hoping to get to the edge, but they did a really nice job of forcing him back inside. That's excellent fundamental defensive football. Don't let them outside where they can really shred your defense. Ball right on the 50-yard line. Here's second down and 7. They run it again with Kamara. Past the 20. And he's going to take this all the way down to the Seahawks 9. 43 yards rushing for him now on just his first 3 carries. We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that would look like it might be another. Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the second level, because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the second level, which gets you deeper into the secondary. The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's first and goal from just inside the 10. Play fake. Shuck. Out to his left. This will be caught at about the 6. Nice gain of 8 that time, and it's second and goal. Well, this has certainly been a nice drive with the way they've spread the football around. Here, they even get the fullback involved in the passing game. That's got to cause a lot of consternation on the defensive side. You've got to cover him, too. That makes things really difficult. Kamara is in. Touchdown, New Orleans. Sometimes offenses can get too cute down near the goal line, but there's nothing fancy about this one. As Coach Lombardi would say, we get a seal here, and we get a seal here, and we run this play in the alley. And that's good work to hit the hole hard and finish in the end zone. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away.
And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. The Seattle offense now set to come back out on the field.
Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards.
Now, how about this throw right here? Had to throw it to the left sideline, and the timing's got to be correct on this one. Ball's got to be right where it needs to be, and it was. That's because he had great arm strength on that one, able to drive the football. Quarterbacks love it when they can show off their arms.
This is 2nd and 8.
Gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8 at the 45-yard line.
Sticking with Walker on 2nd down. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. 10 yards and a Seattle first down. Successful toss play to the right there. It's interesting. Teams seem to run the toss a lot more to the right than to the left.
It's usually a little more natural. Right-handed quarterback, typically your power side running the ball is to the right side with your guard and your tackle. In college football, they used to call it student body right because you have everyone on that side, including the fullback, leading. In the pros, they don't call it that, but it's still the same result.
That play unable to get started thanks to the defense of Quan Alexander.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Here's Darnold. Throw left side, complete to Cup. Hang on here, we got an injury. And, yeah, it's Cooper Kupp who's going to receive some attention following that last play. 3rd and 5. Back to throw, Darnold. And he's taken down here by the Saints. And the defense coming through on 3rd down, a loss of 7 to bring up 4th.
One thing that I liked about this guy during the draft process was his motor. Of course, I loved his skills, but he plays hard on every down.
And that motor on full display there as he gets his first NFL sack. Out of bounds as he appeared to be looking for the corner. He got it. They're going to mark this at the 4-yard line. Now the Saints, they trot their offense out here. And they will start this drive with just terrible field position, backed up inside their own 5.
But we have seen teams be bold here and take shots, right? Sometimes you go max protection, make it a one-receiver route, and take your shot downfield and see what happens. And occasionally, we've seen success occur.
And able to get it across the 10 to the 15. 55 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start.
I guess it's good we can't really read the mind of the defensive coordinator now, huh?
Had him pinned back there deep, give up that run. Can't be happy.
Yeah, whatever's in his mind right now, we probably couldn't say over the air.
There's a short one caught by Johnson. And he'll take this across the 25 before going out of bounds. It'll be a Saints first down on a pickup of 13.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Now that was an excellent run, and when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job, and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've got to hit the jackpot there.
That one, a first down pickup of 8.
I don't know about you, partner, but on 2nd and inches, a lot of the times I'm leery about the offensive guys thinking about taking a shot downtown. Instead, they just hand it to the big man and let him rumble forward for a first down.
They'll throw. Here's Shock. They'll set up the screen down to Kamara. Now he's loose down the left sideline. And a big gain that time. He's out of bounds on what will be the final play of this first quarter. These two teams all tied after one.
The Saints with a football here to begin quarter number 2, as they've got it with a 1st and 10.
Out of the pistol look, it's Miller. And he'll be stopped after a gain of only a couple down to the 15-yard line.
Here's a 2nd and 8.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
They'll go play action with Shuck.
Steps away. And he's got his man in stride, complete. It'll go as a gain of 4. And that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
This will be the 8th play of the drive here. 3rd and 4. Here's Shuck. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And the Saints are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
To win any route, you've got to break down the defender, and that's exactly what happened here on this really nicely executed curl route.
Try to pound it in, Kamara. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Alvin Kamara with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Saints go nearly the length of the field and finish it off with 6 points.
No going for 2. They'll kick the point after. Point after, right down the middle. And that makes the score 14-7.
Seahawks 7.
That time a 9-play drive. And the capper came from Alvin Kamara on the touchdown run.
And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
The Seattle now ready to march out of the field.
That 7-0 lead in there is short-lived as they've now given up 2 straight touchdowns to fall behind by 7.
Yeah, but no cause for discouragement here. Yeah, they've fallen behind, but haven't they proven that they can go down and score? So what was the formula that got them down there the first time? Get back to something close to that, and maybe they can get this game tied up.
We're going to start.
They'll run with Walker to begin the drive.
And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here. And if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs. Run some plays, run some clock. Allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
We're going to start. Reset.
To throw is Darnold. Complete. It's Johnson. It'll be a gain of 5. And it's 3rd and 4 now.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helped to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
Here's Darnold. Again, it's Johnson. And he is going to have a Seahawks 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
That's good for a Seahawks 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 34-yard line.
Up the middle, here's Walker. And he fights forward for a modest 2-yard gain, 2nd down.
He's brought down.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much.
Now Darnold. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Horton. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 15 yards there for number 15.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage. So timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
We go set.
Walker now on 1st and 10. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Go set. Set. Coming, I'm coming.
Darnold from the gun. That's caught by his tight end, Gerald Everett. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints 28. Last play they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards.
He's certainly done a nice job spreading the field on this drive, and here he finds his big tight end for good yardage. And that's what you have to do. Keep defenses guessing about where you're going to go with the football.
Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
13 more yards. That's another Seahawks first down. 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter.
Go set.
Now it's Darnold. Johnson's got it complete. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about.
Personal foul. Rucking the passer. Defense.
So obviously they will decline the penalty there, and the result is 6 points. The extra point now coming from Myers. And we've got a good one brewing. We're all knotted up at 14. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all. And in the end, it was Deontay Johnson's touchdown catch to cap the drive. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. The Saints offense and the veteran Alvin Kamara getting set for this next possession. And he has been a big component of the passing game so far. You see the numbers for this first half. This defense is going to need to find some way to key in on him because he is eating them up right now. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. A lot of time for this unit to game plan on the sideline after that drive that they watched the other side just score. But remember, last time they were out, they scored as well. We'll see if they can seize that momentum right back.
And they haven't had a lot of time to cool off from reaching the end zone the last time. So have they been able to keep themselves mentally sharp and into this game even though they haven't been on the field? And you and I both know, one big play, though, gets them right back up to that level.
Now Shuck. And his throw here is incomplete. Trying to get that one to Chris Olave. 3rd down here.
Third down and 10 yards.
Now right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. That is caught. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on 3rd down.
And another thing that makes the comeback route really effective is that oftentimes after you've made the initial move, receivers breaking away from the defensive back, and that makes it a really tough play to defend. A nice chunk of yardage picked up there.
Throwing, Shuck. And he fires one incomplete.
And you could have scanned downfield forever, but there wasn't anything available. Ends up throwing an incompletion, and I think he'll take that.
Now a 2nd and 10. To throw a shot. And this one's incomplete.
That was a nice job defensively of disguising their coverage and making it difficult for the quarterback to lock in on a receiver, and it results in an incomplete pass.
This offense so far on 3rd down, they've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Shock looking to throw once more. This one complete to his fullback out of the backfield. They'll go down as a gain of 6, and that's going to make it 4th down. Here comes the Saints punter now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. Fair catch called for right around the 11-yard line. 36 yards on the punt with no return. And it'll be Seahawk football as they take over deep in their own territory. Looking to put a drive together. A play fake, and it's Darnold. He finds Smith-Njigba. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 27-yard line.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Darnold. He's going to float this one deep right side. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down.
To 2nd and 10.
Here we go, set. Set.
Darnold. Throwing the out route, incomplete. It's Horton. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line.
It's a gain of 6. Makes it 3rd and 4.
2nd quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down. To the air again, Darnold. And that is incomplete.
That could be the stop this defense needed to get them back on track. They've been pretty well dissected by the offense here in the 1st half. After that possession, now they know that they can compete with this offense.
And here's Dixon to punt now as he gets this one away. It's a 40-yard punt, 4 yards on the return. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. Alvin Kamara and the Saints set to start their next drive. And no doubt he's come out of the gate strong, only in week 3, and you see the numbers thus far.
And we always talk about identity, setting a tone, you know, getting the groundwork laid for the season or for a game. And that's what they've done with the running game so far. It reminds me of when I first went to the University of Tennessee. And believe it or not, I was a quarterback for a day and a half. And the first practice session, the first play we ran was 28 pitch, which is a toss swing. And I remember the offense coordinator saying, that's our identity, that's our bread and butter, that's the basis of our offense. We got to get that down right here, right now. I think we're seeing some of that in this running game here.
So did you not get that down, and that's why you were moved to the defense, or what?
I don't know for that reason, but I do know I saw a couple of guys throw, and immediately they were saying, you know, you need to learn how to back them.
Hey, you turned into a heck of a DB, though, partner. He'll get 15 and a Saints 1st down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
75 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this 1st half. He's had his eyes on 7,000 career rushing yards, and with that last effort, he has hit that mark. What a career.
And that is the number to focus in on, because oftentimes we talk about where do they rank all time. We're not there yet. He's not knocking on the top 10 or the top 20, but over 7,000 yards in a career, fantastic.
And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. A 10th carry for Kamara. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2, as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. To throw now, Shuck. Got a man, it's Cooks. Touchdown, New Orleans. Brandon Cooks in the final seconds of the first half. And the Saints have taken the lead here in the final stages of this first half. So that really an almost perfect drive as they chew up some clock and wind up scoring late in this first half.
And remember, they've got a chance to double dip here because they're going to get the ball first to start the third quarter. So they potentially could go up 2 scores before the other guys get a chance to do anything.
Now they'll line up to kick the extra point. It's up and good, and that'll make the score 21-14. That time a 6-play drive. And it ends with a touchdown for New Orleans. So just 8 kicks remaining here in the first half as they'll kick this one away. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20.
At their own 18-yard line.
And with time running short here, they'll simply take a knee, and that should do it for half number 1. So halftime here out west, let's go east. That's where we find Scott Hansen with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Brandon, thank you. A sad day for some, the official final day of summer. Fall begins in the USA tomorrow, so time for one more summer fling, if you will. Our swing around the NFL starts now. In Jacksonville, the Jaguars at home for a divisional matchup against Houston in the AFC South. And it's the rookie from Syracuse, go Orange, LaQuint Allen. Next up, we go to Charlotte. We'll look in on the Panthers as they play host to the Atlanta Falcons. And it's the second-year man, Xavier Legette. One of his 2 touchdown catches in the game coming right here. The Panthers are off to a 3-0.
Set now to go for the third quarter. The Saints have the lead and set to receive the kick. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. So here are the Saints to take over. They were losers last time out to the 49ers, but right now they're on the right side of the scoreboard as they start out 1st and 10. Looking to put a drive together. Second half begins with a run from Miller. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards.
We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the second half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
On play action, Shuck. Open man left side, Shaheed has it. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done.
And a nice gain of 21 yards.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them, and these guys have been taking advantage so far.
So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10, right at the 40. Kamara up the middle. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
Still very early in the season, obviously, CD, but already key injuries that they've had to deal with.
And what's really difficult for a team is to try and maintain their focus when they feel like they've been a little bit snake-bitten. It feels like every time they turn around, another injury crops up. How do they manage to hang together, get guys to play a little bit above their heads, and make sure that they're still afloat when their starters make it back?
Now we take it in by Shaheed.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. The Saints passing game in sync and moving the football. It's a 1st down. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
They run the option here on 1st and 10.
And they'll work this down to the 15 for a pickup of 4.
Well, if you're going to run the read option, typically, you've got to keep an eye on the defensive end.
And what does that mean? What are you looking for with a defensive end?
Well, you want to play off of what he does. If he collapses inside towards the running back, then you pull it and take it yourself outside in. If he stays outside, you go ahead and leave it with the running back. In this case, pulled it and got good yardage himself.
Inside handoff now, Miller. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Call it a gain of a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5.
Sometimes you're aligned perfectly and the play comes to you, and sometimes you got to cover some ground to go make the play, as we just saw there.
We saw a great example of perseverance right there on that play.
Got to be careful. They might want to throw one over his head as this game progresses.
He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
Out now is the field goal unit for New Orleans. And his kick is indeed good. And the lead works its way up to 10, 24-14. Well, they picked up right where they left off in the first half. First drive after the break, they come away with 3 and increase that lead.
Yeah, and you just want to keep building on that lead, don't you? Whether it's 6 points or 3 points, take everything you can get, keep maneuvering, keep adding to it, keep making it difficult for them to come back.
Now we'll see what this Seahawks offense has in store with their first possession of the second half.
And their deficit a little wider now than it was at halftime following the field goal a moment ago.
But the goal is still the same because you know they want to come out, establish a rhythm in the second half, and get going. Make no mistake about it, though. Kicking field goals, not in their game plan. They need to get the ball in the end zone.
Completing it to the right side, Johnson. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
Line of scrimmage, the 43 on 2nd and 4.
At the 43-yard line.
Here's Darnold.
Over the middle, finding Smith and Jigba.
Only able to gain a couple there. And it makes it 3rd down and 2 yards to go.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. Flushed out right. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs.
It certainly appears that he's been able to get a read on how they've wanted to contain him in this game. He's seen some places where he can beat them in big spots, and right there, he slides in with ease for the first down.
And his rough afternoon continues. He's going nowhere again. Demario Davis there on the stop.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
And the catch made by Johnson. That'll be a pickup of 10 as they try to recover from this 10-point deficit. So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 41. Darnold now to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Now off the bootleg, Darnold. Throw out wide to Walker. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 23 yards the pickup there. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Again, Darnold. That's complete to the tight end, Everett. It'll be a gain of just a yard. And it's 2nd down.
2nd and 9 at the Saints 17-yard line.
Here's Darnold. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a 1st down.
It's a gain of 11. That's good for a Seahawks 1st down. 1st and goal at the 6-yard line.
Here's Walker. And there just continues to be nowhere to run. He's bottled up again at the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
6-yard line.
To throw is Darnold. Feeling the pressure here and taken down. A sack back at the 7.
2nd goal, last thing you need to do is get pushed backwards to take a sack. But he couldn't find anywhere to go with the football. Had to eat it and ended up on the ground.
This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal? To the back of the end zone, but too high. Over everybody and incomplete.
Great defense there on 3rd and goal. They took away everything. Forced him to fire that one to the sideline where no one could get it.
Myers' kick is good. And this is back down to a 7-point game.
So 3 points, maybe not a grand prize at this stage, but it does get them back within 1 score.
It certainly does, because now they stay within shouting distance, so that means everyone on your sideline stays engaged in this game. They know they still have a shot.
And he won't quite make it to the 25.
Back out onto the field now comes the New Orleans offense. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking, because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. The best way to do it? Touchdowns. I'll tell you what, this defense hasn't played its best, but they're still right in this football game. And if they keep making plays just like that, they're going to give their offense a chance.
Shuck now to throw. And Cooks has it over the middle. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
They should have put the coverage guys in a stress on that one. They thought they were going deep. Ends up curling inside for a nice chunk of yardage.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the 1st here. They'll throw. Here's Shuck. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's going to be taken down. Plus, there's a penalty flag in the backfield. They may get 15 more on top of this. So a roughing the passer penalty there, CD.
And we know that these pass rushers love to get after rookie quarterbacks, but they've still got to do it within the scope of the rules. And that time, the hit came just a little bit too late. And the official wouldn't think twice about pulling his flag on that one.
And he is out of bounds inside the 35. 15 yards last play and 15 yards here this go-around.
Well, partner, they've used him quite well out of the backfield in this one. And here's another nice example. They set up the screen, and he's able to pick his way downfield for a nice gain there.
Back now in Seattle, Washington. It's the Saints. They'll be looking to expand their lead here. They've got the football as we start the fourth. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Here we go, set.
Throw left side complete. That's Johnson. They'll go for a gain of 7. And that will bring up 2nd down.
And coaches always harp on the quarterback reading the defense and getting it to the open man. That's good recognition there. And how about what he did after the catch?
Yeah, hit your tight end, let him get some rack.
Yeah, when he gets moving, not many guys want to come over and put a head on him, do they?
And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down. Play action now, Shuck. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Kobe Bryant. And the Seahawks are right back in this football game. A seismic shift in momentum here in the 4th quarter. That's the break that the defense needed.
And you know as well as I do, people are going to question the play call in that situation. Sometimes you have to question the execution, not necessarily the call. And in this case, those defenders found a way to give their team a chance.
And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line. They held him in check in the first half, but that's his longest carry of the game right there.
So would this be the definition of fresh legs since he didn't get much done in the first half? Now he has a great opportunity. He's taking full advantage of it.
Now Darnold. That is incomplete.
Well, I think we were both wondering if we were going to see them try and push it deep downfield, facing a 1-possession deficit late, and they certainly didn't disappoint. They gave it an effort.
And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. Well, now after all of this, hang on here because he appears to be shaken up. And this offense on 3rd down today, they've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd down and 12. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Straight ahead, Walker. Well, he gave one defender the slip, but others waiting in the wings and dropping him behind the line. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11.
44-yard line.
Now it's Darnold. This one goes underneath to Walker. Flashed the stick skills, but didn't get a ton from it. Stopped short of the 35. A gain of 8 there on the play. And now it's 3rd and 3. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
Go, set.
Back to throw, Darnold. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. 4th down, and for Darnold, it's desperation time. They'll find Everett there, complete. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. A new lease on life after the 4th down conversion. Here's 1st and 10.
At the 20-yard line.
Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. 11 more yards that go around. A 1st down as well.
1st and goal at the 9-yard line.
Out of the gun, Walker with it. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage.
Down behind the line
It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down.
Brings up second and goal at the 10-yard line.
Now back to throw. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. It's a gain of 9 yards. And that's going to bring up an interesting third and goal.
We go set. Set.
Walker. Powering his way into the end zone. It's a touchdown. We are set up for a fantastic finish now. A fourth-quarter touchdown here. We're an extra point away from a tie football game.
And I know they're thinking about possibly going for 2, but I'd go ahead and kick this one and just get it back to level.
Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And, partner, we've got a tie game here in the fourth. Now this one setting up for a great finish. All tied in the fourth as the kick's away. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And they're going to have good starting field position. He's out of bounds, but not before he's across the 35. The Saints offense and their running back getting set to go once more. And it's hard to believe you could run the ball a whole lot better than he has. The vision, the cutback ability, the acceleration, it's all been on display throughout. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. Well, they just gave up the score to tie it. That's the bad news. The good news, plenty of time in this fourth quarter to try to grab that lead back. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
They suspected it was a power play up the middle coming at them, and boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on first down.
And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. 114 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
First down, New Orleans.
A first down carry now for Miller. And he's fortunate to get anything from that. Give him a yard up to the 49.
Yeah, things are pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on second down. There's a short one to the tight end, Johnson. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And now it's 3rd and 4. A few moving pieces on that play because that was an RPO, was it not?
It was, but one important piece that didn't move incorrectly, the offensive line. Because when you're running this play, as he continued down the line of scrimmage, sometimes the lineman can wander downfield. And if you're more than a yard downfield, it's illegal to throw the football at that point. But they held their ground, held their spot, and turned it into a nice game.
Here comes the Saints punter now as he's on here to punt it away. And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback. The Seattle now ready to march onto the field. Excellent job by their defense to force the punt and provide them with this opportunity, all tied in the fourth quarter. And he's going to lose a yard or two, taken down behind the line. No surprise there. Chase Young wrecks that play with a sack. Darnold. Smith and Jigba with the grab. Well, this defense needing a stop here. Got to have it. 3rd and 9. They'll set up a throw. He's got a man complete. And he will finally be taken down, but not before he reaches the 38.
That's good.
Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. Plenty of time. All 3 timeouts still remain. Here's 1st and 10 now.
They're going to look to throw. It's a shuffle pass, and it's complete. And he is going to lose yardage here. That is catch number 300 now for his NFL career. They'll come up now. This is 2nd and long.
We're going to start.
Darnold. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down. How about the call to come with the blitz there in this situation?
And some of those calls happen just because of what they do on offense. So when they send out a number of people in the pattern, sometimes they just make a change on defense, say, okay, we'll come after you instead. And that's exactly what they did.
And that will be incomplete.
Oh, boy, this sets up for a huge call now on 4th down because you can try the long field goal, you can go for it, or you can punt and play for overtime. I am so glad, partner, that I don't have to make those kind of decisions. Let's see what they decide.
He's got the distance, but it's no good. Wide to the right, and a costly one there as this game remains tied here in the 4th. What a tough spot to miss a kick. Just an absolute letdown.
Look, they got themselves in the field goal range, gave them a chance to take the lead. They come up empty, and now you wonder, will their offense ever see the football again?
Yeah, because on the other side, one through the post, and this thing could be over. They begin on the ground with Kamara. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. He's having a big game running the football, but that one will hurt the yards per carry a little bit.
Yeah, but the average he's got so far, that's the type of average he wants to take with him to contract negotiations, doesn't he?
Over the middle and complete to Shaheed. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
To throw is Shuck. And incomplete on the deep ball. I guess you can't be afraid to take those chances late in the game. He tried to fit that one in there. Nice job, though, defensively.
But to your point, it was a nice job of knocking the ball away. But you're also right. You can't be afraid to take those chances. That means your guys going downfield to catch the ball, they've got to elevate their game and come down with these in order to keep your offense moving.
There's a short one caught by Johnson. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in the 4th.
Let's not quibble about the game there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
No tougher place to be in a spot like this than Seattle. Here's 3rd down. A man who's been busy this afternoon. It's Kamara again. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. 2 timeouts still available in this final minute. It's 1st and 10 now.
Let's go.
Again, it's Kamara. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. Now the Seahawks forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game. Now 1st and goal. On the counter, here's Kamara. And he'll keep working toward that end zone as he's down to about the 2-yard line. Now, what's the thinking here? Because a touchdown would be nice, but you've ensured yourself a chance at 3 in the lead, so how worried are you about the 6?
You're not very worried about it if you're confident in your kicker. And if you got a kicker who can put it through the post, you feel really good about trying to bleed that clock down. In an ideal scenario, your kicker puts it through the post as the clock hits zeros.
they will take a knee and set up what would be a potential game-winning field goal try. And we are set for a great finish as that timeout comes in with 2 seconds to go in this football game. And now it all rests on the right foot of their kicker. 2 seconds on the clock. This for the win. And his kick is good. He knocks through his 3rd field goal of the game, and this one is the one that decides it. And Bourbon Street, it'll be alive tonight. The Saints have won it. So this one, a victory here for New Orleans. And say what you want about Lumen Field here in Seattle, but for my money, this is the loudest and most difficult place to win in the league when you're on the road.
It's very hard. The fan support, off the charts. The way that they make noise and understand when to make noise, they understand the game as well as anyone. And how about what we get in our media packets?